Hello there. Welcome to Healthy Cooking with your friendly Italians. I'm Jim Barrow.
And I'm Marilyn Barrow.
And we are very, very fortunate today to have a guest with us, Chef Ben Bird for the Seneca Falls Country Club. And
one of our favorite chefs.
Yep.
He's been, he's been at the Goulds and he's been around, but we want to get into some of his background, but he certainly is one of our favorite chefs.
Good man.
So
we're lucky to have him.
We are.
So we're going to talk about the fair at the country club that is open to the public. We also just got back from New York City, where we went to the World Trade Center and went down to Chinatown and Little Italy. So we have some recipes of China and recipes from Italy, a stir-fried and a steamed rice balls, and I finally conquered how to make a ricotta gnocchi.
He's been trying to make ricotta gnocchis for a long time, and we've had other recipes, but I think he's conquered it. So we'll give out the secret later.
And we're going to be talking about the World Trade Center and all the wonderful.
Yeah, that was just.
Everybody's got to go there. It is absolutely
It's only
phenomenal.
been open, I think, maybe now a month or 2 months now.
Yeah,
and it's quite an experience.
Right, and a little sidelight. I was talking to Ben earlier about something called Toad in the Hole, and it was made famous on Moonstruck, where they took a piece of Italian bread, cut a hole in the middle of it, and put it on the grill, and put an egg in it, and cooked it. That's Toad in the Hole. Well, now there's a new Toad in the Hole, where you take a pancake and you cook it on both sides, make a hole in it, put your egg in there, and let that cook a little bit, and put some syrup off it. Sounds like a great idea. So that was just a sidelight.
Yeah, and it was a sidelight. So let's get back to Ben.
I was so proud of that.
I know you like that. So can we ask? Can we ask Ben about his background?
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, we went up a week ago Friday, and we had dinner, and you made a chicken penne with a vodka sauce that is the best I have ever tasted.
Oh, thank you.
It
thank
was
you so
really,
much.
really good. Now, a lot of people don't know what vodka sauce is. It's not taking some vodka and pour it over some pasta.
Right, that would be tasty, I'm sure, though.
So, in a vodka sauce, you're using tomatoes,
Yes.
and cream,
Yep.
and vodka.
I do use a little bit of vodka. It goes in at a different time, but yeah, there is vodka actually.
And
Well, I
the
know-
reason for the vodka, what do you feel that it does for the sauce?
Well, it gives it a little bit of an alcoholic flavor. Most of it does burn away. What I use it with is I put it in the pan after I'm sautéing and to deglaze it, to get anything off the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
A lot of times you'll go in with any sort of liquid. It could be stock, it could
Right.
be alcohol, or wine, or anything like that, to get some of that flavor that's seared in the bottom. And for a vodka sauce, say I'm using like a sausage or a chicken or mushroom or anything.
Great, great dish.
Yeah.
Now, when I make vodka sauce, a little for me,
Oh yeah,
and by the time I make it, it's not any good anymore because I'm drunk.
right.
Well, I don't know about that, but anyway.
Sometimes
anyways.
that's when it's the best. Yeah.
You're at Seneca Falls Country Club before you were at the Gould.
Mm-hmm.
And before
and
that,
we-
where had you worked?
I was actually working. This is the fourth country club I've worked at. It's not
Okay.
anything that's foreign to me. I really
Okay.
like the environment and what goes along with that, and all the golfers, and it's a different kind of crowd. It's a different feel. It's not like a normal kitchen, but you can still grasp on it like it's a normal kitchen and do really nice things there as well.
Yeah.
So I was out in Ohio for a while, working at a couple of country clubs there, and I've also been really north in New York after I got out of school, and I've worked at a country club up there for a couple seasons, and it was always a wonderful time.
Well, I'm sure any place you've gone, you've done an exceptional job. Let's talk a little bit. Now, it is open to the public.
It is a public course. yes.
It's a public course, so you can come up there anytime. Now, on Friday nights, you have a dinner,
Mhm.
and you have fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Usually, is that every Friday or
No, it's going to be every other Friday, just
Okay.
so we don't
Yeah.
kind of get people to look forward to it as well. It started as a fish fry for Friday, and I've added a couple things here and there, a couple appetizers, and a dessert every now and again as well. I'll do clams. That's been going over really well. And I'll do fried haddock, beer battered usually. I can do a broiled if upon request as
Okay.
well, and it comes out really nice. You get a really nice portion for a decent price as well.
Yes.
Prices are very
The prices
reasonable.
are very reasonable.
And now, can they also get a hamburger or something like that?
I will do that. Everything is on. That's no
Yeah.
problem. A lot of
You're
times,
better off eating the real good stuff.
yeah, I would say
Not
for
everything is good stuff.
for a dinner. No, it is
Yeah.
going to be, and it's not every Friday. It's going to be every other Friday.
Okay.
So,
All right.
um,
And you would prefer if people called with reservations, I would suspect.
yeah, that way it gives me a heads up
Right.
on how much we're going to go through. But I'll never turn anybody away.
Right.
So of course
Right.
you can stop down, and I'd love to see it.
Now, any other hours that they're open? I mean, people can stop in
For lunch?
for lunch or,
Yeah, I'm not sure when the tea times are open in the morning, but I get there at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and I can start cooking pretty much immediately. So I would say from 11, and I'll go all the way till when golfers get off the course at like about 9 o'clock when the sun goes down.
so people can go in
Go
for
in.
hamburger, what is that kind of?
Well, we
menu?
have salads, we have appetizers, we have some cold sandwiches, hot sandwiches, and of course your burgers and things like that as well.
So food is available pretty much.
And then,
All day, yeah.
All
and then
day.
to top it off, besides having all this wonderful food, you're in a beautiful clubhouse
It is.
that you
That's
look
very
out
nice.
onto the golf course. So it's a nice,
You can
nice
eat
setting.
outside,
You can eat
overlooking
outside,
the
yeah.
golf course. They have
Right.
tables outside.
There's outside sitting.
Yes.
If you go outside to eat, Jim Senecropi will serve you.
Or he'll be out there.
You'll be out on a golf course.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, we're excited about what's happening there. We were members of the country club for a good number of years. My back has given out, so we don't do it
So
anymore.
Jim isn't playing
But,
golf
I'm-
anymore, but.
I'm
And
welcome.
I was just a fair weather golfer. It was okay, but it wasn't wonderful. So
Yeah. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this trip to New York City we took. And we went to the World Trade Center.
now
And
this is the new observation tower
right,
at the World Trade Center, which has been open, I would say, about a month and a half now, or 2 months.
right. And
And
you
what
can
an
actually
experience.
go up the 101 floors in 42 seconds.
Now you have to buy tickets online, preferably because it's timed, because they can only take so many because they have to take them up the elevators. So I think it's 30 or I don't know. There's different prices, but I think it's like $30, and
wow.
they take you up, and it's incredible. And before you go on the elevators, they give you a sort of a history of how they made the new World Trade Center, and people that have worked on it. The technology and how they show it is absolutely incredible. So you get a sort of a tour of how the World Trade Center was built. Then you go to these elevators, and I think there's 10 elevators, 11, I
Who
don't
knows?
remember.
But you get off, and from floor to ceiling, all the way around the building is glass, and you can see everything in New York.
You can also eat up there
Yeah.
and have a
But
drink.
there's a lot better
wow.
food other places.
But I'm saying if you wanted to spend some
Yeah, you
time
could.
up there,
Right. Yeah.
there is a gift shop.
Yeah.
You can also rent an iPad or a device, and if you bring it around, because it's a 360-degree view of the city, when you bring it up, it shows you exactly what's there.
Oh, wow.
That you're seeing in that picture. And this is great for the foreign visitors that don't know that the Statue of Liberty is here,
Uh-huh.
the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge is
It's
here,
awesome.
whatever.
Wow.
And so you can rent those, and that tells you they have tours, speakers there that explain this. But the whole thing is just fascinating.
And they're in the process of building a transportation center, and the thing looks like a giant bird in flight.
Flight. I mean,
And
it's
it's
a
got to be
temporary.
10 stories high. It is magnificent.
Now this has 101 floors. right now, 25 floors are rented by Condé Nast. So that's bringing a huge influx of of commercialism around the area.
Wow.
And then the the GSA has rented 4 floors, but there's still floors to be
And then
rented.
right next to it is this glass house that is, I don't know, 5-story high with palm trees, live palm trees in it.
Well, it's a commercial area. I mean, it's a shopping mall.
It's a shopping.
basically.
And on the bottom floor, and you would really love this, Ben, is a French market. And I'm talking the best pastries you can buy, the cheeses, anything you can think of in a French
And that's just
mode.
beginning.
And
that's
that's
just
just
being
started.
put together.
Then you go upstairs, and there's a food court, but unlike any other food cart you've ever seen. I mean, these little kiosks.
They're
they
all
have,
major New York restaurants.
Yes.
That they have.
Have you ever,
Asian food.
Ben, have you ever had a burnt end, a beef burnt end, a barbecue
ribs,
beef burnt
the
end? I
ribs?
can't even say it. Well, out in Kansas City, they're big on barbecue, right?
Right.
And when they barbecue things, the ends of it become real crisp.
Oh, yeah.
Those are ends, and people go crazy over them. And now in New York City, here we can get those.
But you could get any kind of food you wanted. What you want to do is go with a whole group of people, because then you could taste. Everybody should order something different. Then you could taste all these interesting
See, that's
foods.
what's great about like markets like that. They offer so many different
Oh,
things.
Yeah, I mean,
right,
it's
yeah.
like going in Faneuil Hall or something. But this
Yeah,
is
you
really
try this.
upscale. I mean, I'm
Upscale.
talking top of the line in New York.
And
Not
then
your
to-
normal like food.
And
Yes.
then to make it better, you can sit inside or you can sit outside in a park setting, looking over the Hudson River, backdrop of New Jersey, and New Jersey's come a long way over the course of the year. The Verrazano Bridge, the Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island are all there. The Circle Line boats are going by. The ferry boats are going by. Yachts parked in the yacht basin below. It's just one great setup. And then they have this the High Line, which you can walk from this point all the way up to 42nd Street on it, which is good. So it's a great spot. And wonderful food. Of course, me being a foodie, I'm really into that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Then you're going to
so
have to go.
I'll definitely have to.
I-
Because the
you
food
gotta go.
The food experience is, incredible. But-
Yeah.
So, and you said you worked outside of New York. You've never worked in New York City.
Not
is
in
it?
the city, no.
But you were at country clubs just
Yeah.
outside of.
Right outside of Cleveland, it was a pretty high-end country club.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot of cool things there, and that way I got to go to there's markets and farmers markets and things like that out that way as well. That was a
So-
lot of fun.
Yeah.
Things like that are really enjoyable because you can, like you say, try different things.
Well,
and-
that's it, the innovative. I'm sure, when you see an ingredient of some sort, I know you've spent a lot of time at farmers markets because you used to be down at this one.
Yeah.
So what goes on in your head as you're trying to figure out what to do with this?
Well, it's kind of like what stands are first. It's whatever you come to first. And produce I found is really fun because there's so many offbeat like little things you wouldn't normally think about, and that'll start getting you to have a little bit of idea of maybe I could do this with this or that with that, and little fruits or little vegetables or something that you wouldn't normally place in places, and then all of a sudden wind up on a beef dish or something, and it's wonderful to see the path that that kind of takes or whatnot from those kinds of markets and what they have to offer.
And then I would assume on this Friday, every other Friday night, that there will be that kind of dish that you come up with, some kind of a special that you would have.
Yeah, I'll do the fish fry primarily,
You
and that's
really-
primarily what people come for.
Yes, they do.
But I do offer a couple of other things as well. I'll be doing a bacon flatbread, and I'll use honey for that, local honey from the farmer's market from that. I'll get onions, like green onions, scallions,
Right.
and things like that, and I'll put in dishes, and I get stuff on a regular basis. I have now zucchini. I'm ready to make zucchini muffins for the golfers in the morning.
There you go.
Oh,
So,
I bet they'll like those.
Yeah, I got zucchini from the market this past week, so yeah, that'll come out really nice.
And hopefully he'll do the vodka
You want the vodka?
Yeah.
Well, because you didn't
And-
order it, and I did. That was the problem.
That was my mistake. I should've-
Yeah, it was
then,
really good.
It was
And
good.
you mentioned the clams. He does a great
Yes, you
job
did.
with the clams, and that's very good. So while we were there, we went to a festival down in Chinatown, basically.
Well, it was the Lower East Side. Is where we were.
Yeah, and we had it was a combination
Well, there's
Jewish and Chinese. What a combination!
There's festivals every weekend in New York, someplace, and it was the synagogue, the Aldridge,
Elbridge Street.
Albert Street
Right.
Synagogue that had been redone, and I guess it had been under horrible conditions, and somebody came along and put money into it, and they had incredible glass windows, really
Oh, wow.
art kind of.
You just put a lot of money in fixing
They
it.
just put a lot of money into it. So this was a festival that consisted of egg cream and egg rolls, and a little Latin in there. There was a little Puerto Rican in there somehow too, but we
yeah.
didn't quite figure that out. But it was just interesting to go and see all this. And they had a concert in the synagogue that was done by Chinese. They were older Chinese men
With
and
the
women
Chinese instruments, the
and
Asian.
the old-fashioned instruments.
Oh,
So
wow.
they had all kinds of music and all kinds of things going on.
And then we walked from there, and we actually ate as we walked. They talk about New York being an expensive place, and it can be, but you can eat in this area at least you're going to spend a lot of money if you spend $20.
Well,
I
it
mean,
was very, very crowded, and our son does special effects for movies, and he had done some filming down there. So there's 7 of us, so he decides he's going to go check out some of the places that he's probably had lunch and see if he can get us in. That's exactly what he did, and we went to this Vietnamese place.
Mhm. And then we had, as we're walking, we had dumplings, Chinese dumplings. We could have gone 2 blocks over and gone to Katz Delicatessen and got a pastrami sandwich. You could go around the corner and get live chicken that they kill
But
for
I mean,
you.
just the whole ethnicity of how those areas changed, that they come up with a Jewish area and Asian area within 2 blocks. I mean, I'm talking only 2 blocks.
Wow.
Yeah, and then some Puerto Rican also.
Right. So I said I got some recipes for us. I've got a stir-fried asparagus and sliced portobello. Now, we think about stir-frying of using a wok. Well, a wok is a wonderful thing if you have the heat intensity.
If you have those burners.
Right.
Right.
And a home burner, they're
It
not
doesn't work.
working.
It doesn't work. So the way I find to compensate for it is to take my asparagus, take my portobello, and put them in a fry pan. Put the heat up high. Don't touch them. Just let them sit there for about 3 minutes. Make your sauce. Pour it over the top. Once you do that, stir them up and serve them. Okay. So that's what that would be, and there's a recipe in there for that.
This is
So
at the end of
put them
our
in a fry
program.
pan instead of a wok. Don't touch them. Put your sauce over, and you got an easy dish. Another Chinese or Asian recipe is a steamed rice ball. And what you're doing, you're making a meatball, and you can make it out of beef, pork, chicken, whatever you want, and then get instant rice.
Instant brown rice. I
Instant
think it
brown
calls
rice, and
for.
roll it in there and steam them. All right,
And that
and
puts a
then
nice
you-
crust on
it
them.
makes a nice crust. And again, then you want some vegetables. You can put it on a bed of vegetables. Another extremely easy dish to make. So you might want to look at that. These are all available with us.
And this is all inspired by our walk through the small area.
Right. And now I got it. My new way of making a potato or the ricotta gnocchi.
Jim has. We've made gnocchis for a long time, and usually ricotta gnocchis, and we've had other recipes. The problem is that if they're not done exactly right, they sort of disintegrate in the water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben knows exactly what we're talking about.
It's hard to get the cheese
right,
and the flour to fuse
right,
together
because
properly.
if they're potato gnocchis, that's different.
But then they sink to
there's
the
a
bottom
much
of your
more-
stomach.
There's much more of a body to them. But when you try
Right.
to do the ricotta, so he has been experimenting, and he's come up, and he'd like Ben to comment on this as he tells what he
This
did.
is a no. I don't get my hands into the dough. I mix the combination of the ricotta and the cheese in a bowl, and then I get a plastic bag,
Zip top bag.
put it in there, close it up, and put it in the refrigerator for 1 hour to sort of tighten it up.
Yeah.
Then get water simmering, cut a hole on the one corner of the bag.
As you were like making a
Like a piping bag.
Piping bag.
piping
It's a
bag.
piping
Yeah,
bag.
that's what you want to make.
And then get over the top, get a scissors, and as it comes out in about half an inch length, chung 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 chung, and then go drop them in the water.
Oh,
right?
wow.
And when they start to float to the top, you take them out, and you put them in a little olive oil, a little butter, put them in the refrigerator until you're ready to use them. And then you can use any kind of sauce you want. You can use a sage butter sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Or a whatever you want to do. You put
They
American,
really stayed together, so.
Yeah.
and
Oh,
they
how
stayed
nice.
together, and they're extremely light. And I am really proud of this recipe.
Nice.
So,
No, that sounds good. You guys
It
are
sounds
making me
like it
hungry.
would, yeah, this sounds like it would work, right?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Right.
well, I've had them before, and I remember trying to make them where I put some spinach in it. And this is going to be fantastic. And I put them in the water, and they go blah, 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 blah. Right, but
Yeah,
this one is easy. It doesn't get the kitchen all fouled up with flour and everything, and they're done well. You might want to try them. Again, available. So, I got to mention coming up this week, Swedish Hill is having a Paradise Party, which is a wine, music, barbecue, slushes, games, vendors, all donations to the Beverly Animal Shelter. That's coming up this weekend. And Varick Winery, which used to be Cobblestone,
Right.
over on Route 89, has a cherry festival where you can go pick cherries. They have wine, food, music, hay rides, and crafts. You might want to take a look at that. And do not forget all the wonderful farmers markets.
We're,
Yeah,
I love
here.
the farmers
I know. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the country club or anything before?
Well, I just want to thank you guys for having me on the show.
Always our pleasure.
I'd love to see you guys come down this Friday. We're having our dinner.
Yeah.
Well,
that's for sure.
We're in New
unfortunately,
York.
unfortunately,
Hey,
we
that's-
have to go to our grandson's graduation, but so,
But I
we-
encourage anybody to come on.
Yeah.
yes,
Stop
please
down,
do. So
call,
this
make
this
reservations
Friday
this Friday.
is an open
All right, so
dinner
go
at
on
the
down,
country
try
club.
it. It's a good experience.
It is. It's wonderful.
Yep. And next week,
Or
or next
2 weeks.
time,
Next in 2 weeks.
do you know the difference between a gelato and a gelati?
Gelato and a gelati. It's
No.
it's got to be either the cream or the fruit juice in there, maybe addition of an egg or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is it. I'm not going to tell you what the difference is.
It's there's something in
Yeah,
there.
right.
But anyways, here in Seneca Falls, we can get a gelato, and now we can get a gelati.
Wow.
So I'm going to have the people that make the gelati come on in, and we'll talk about gelati versus gelato. Gelati, gelato. Well, anyways, thank you for joining
Yes,
us.
please, thank you for coming.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been
you
our
guys.
pleasure
I
Yeah.
to
enjoyed
have
it,
you.
yes.
And we hope you go to the farmer's market and have a good week, couple weeks, and we'll see you. Ciao.
Ciao.